Okay, hi folks, this is Steve Schwartz. This is the TradeLAB review for October 22nd. I'm with Edward Preston. Edward has put on a couple trades today we'd like to review, and I'll just be turning over the desktop to EP. Thanks very much, EP. It's all yours.
All right, so today is, what do we got, the 22nd of October, and man, we have the theme of the day is straight up, double take straight up. You got the stocks and you have the treasuries both moving in the same direction. We recognize that as what? The stage 4, conflict. That basically means in simple terms that we've got these two benchmarks, as we call them, broken. They're not in sync. They are in sync in terms of running in the same direction, but we don't have a true risk on or true risk off condition, which makes things a little bit more difficult and the risks to go up that much more when we don't have a true risk on or risk off condition. So it was the unemployment number that came out today that created this huge spike. If you haven't taken a look at the mini Dow, you should go look at it because it had a pretty nasty pullback into the bear territory before it went back all the way up. But you can see the theme here today. All the stock indices are all positive. We got that top red level there, which recognizes our critical resistance level, and it got taken out on the S&P at the open, 930. It got taken out on the NASDAQ at about 945. Got taken out about the same time on the Dow and here on the Russell. The Russell is the one stock index that I did decide to get into. This is when the stock market opened up. When the stock market did open up, I'm going to try to put these all so they're equal. Look at the location. The Russell was the one of the four that was at the beginning of our stage 2 for purchasing. Stage 2 is when we, here's stage 1 or risk bull zone 1. Here's bull zone 2. By 9:30, which would be identified by these white lines I'm putting up, we were already 3/4 of the way up in the Dow. The NASDAQ, by the time it opened up, we were, let's see, I'll put 9:30 on there. We were 3/4 of the way up in zone 2. And here's the S&P. By 9:30, when the stock market opened up, we were 3/4 of the way up. The Russell was not. The Russell was just entering zone 2. Of course, the risk is that the S&P is going to come off at the top. That was not the case, thankfully. And I went in light. I went in light, recognizing putting trades on in conflict is a risk in itself. Elected to take this off halfway up. The S&P was now up here testing 4 times, and it looked like it was getting ready. It was basically a 50-50, guys. The stock market's either going to give way or have one of those, one of those days where we just go ballistic, as I call it. And you don't see this happen all that often. I showed it here in the lab earlier. I actually proved the theory that it's only about once every 30 days that we see this, and it's actually been one time in the last 30 days, and now we're on a new cycle. So, took the money off the table because of that. I do have one other trade I did today here in the lab, which I'm barely hanging on with my second unit. You'll see the 7 channel that got taken out over here earlier this morning. This is natural gas. Of course, fundamentally it made a lot of sense because we had a report out today at 10:30. So got into this trade at 9 o'clock this morning, trading the independent markets, natural gas being one of those because of the conflict. I felt very comfortable trading natural gas because of that. Location was within 50%. Took off at 75% on one of the two. That was about $170. And then I'm still in. You can see I'm barely hanging on. The market has pulled back. We had the report come out, but it's kind of an anticlimactic result. The market, the report came out, and the market didn't go that much further. You can just see the bulls and the bears that were duking it out here. It was pretty much a 50-50 matchup. And now the market, as you can see, yellow is going neutral once again. I will place this as an OCO, order cancels order. I'll keep the stop, I'll keep the limit, and I'll just walk away. And when one of those gets hit, the other one will come out. So net on the 2 closed trades, it's about a 2-4. It's about a $370 day thus far on the 2 trades. We still have one out there with about $80 of risk. So it's going to be a positive day net. And look forward to climbing back in here again. Hope you guys can join us tomorrow morning here at the TradeLAB with RiosQuant.com.